Welcome back to the channel. That is W.K.R.H 12 Productions. I'm Keith, and got what we have is the month of March, I think it is, with the custom builds and purchase vehicles, responder vehicles for the month of March. Yeah. And we got more customs done than we did last month, but we had a lot of purchase vehicles as well. It kind of opened the door for us to have an opportunity to catch up on the customs, and here we go. And so we now have actually more customs than we do purchase vehicles. So, but I've seen a lot of interest into the vehicles, but we'll talk more about it as we go along. And we'll get started. Here is the Union County Chevy Camaro. Union County, South Carolina Chevy Camaro. This is considered a specialty vehicle, heat vehicle, on this Auto World Chevy Camaro. It's actually a convertible, but it has a convertible top that's already up there, but we still put visor lights on it. You know, detailed visor lights on it, and added the decals and kind of customized it into a police vehicle. The decals are by Aftermath Systems LLC, and they did a great job with the decals, and we did a great job with the custom. Nicely done, and gave it a little bit of a polish so it could show off on the camera a little bit better. Not too shabby, we say so ourselves. But that's one of the builds. It's the Chevy Camaro, customized Chevy Camaro, Auto World casting, for the Union, South Carolina Police Department, Sheriff's Department. Excuse me. Next custom up is the 2015 Corvette Stingray. We have a lot of vehicles to go through, so bear with me. But it's the Corvette Stingray 2015. It's a black and white vehicle. It had a previous Matchbox unit, and we converted it into this unit. Yeah, by putting in decals. We customized these decals and added to the vehicle. And this was previously a Monroe County vehicle that we kind of decorated with label tape and Sharpies. But now the Sharpies work, but the decals work better. Comes out with this, and we touched it up a little bit, and then put a clear coat on it. Not too bad at all. Refurbished it a little bit to make it to our unit, and it'll still be added to our unit, our fleet for our diorama police, a police department for our diorama. Not too bad at all. Love that. Next vehicle up, we tried to give it the proper lighting while we was testing this out before we did the recording, but this is the Rock Hill, South Carolina Police Department. Now this is a new delivery for the Rock Hill, South Carolina Police Department. Here it's on a green light Dodge Charger. Decals is done by Bill Bozo decals. Nicely done. And the casting was already had a light bar in this Dodge Charger casting. Not too bad at all. Well, and then the decals was pretty good to put in here. Nicely done. Then detailed a little bit up the front and the back. Not too much work on it. All of this was mostly decal work. But this is the new delivery for the Rock Hill, South Carolina Police Department, replacing the previous one, but I think they're still going to keep the previous one mixed in with the new one in their fleet. But that's it for now on that one. Nicely done. But that's the Rock Hill, South Carolina Police Department, and done very well. We have a couple of vehicles that we wanted to show you. That we customized. This is a custom that we've that was another police department, and we refurbished it to this. We refurbished it and made it to this unit. It's the BNSF Railroad. Not sure what BNSF stand for, and I'm not near a computer at the moment, but trust me on that. This is the Railroad Police. I actually had a vehicle in the previous, when I looked at images and stuff of the of the vehicles like and all that stuff. Now they have a black and white. They have a black and white vehicle and everything else. But we did this on. But they also had a vehicle like this of this color previously as their previous design. So we paid homage to it and really kit bashed the decals that they had. Most of these decals are from Aftermath Systems LLC, and we put it on this on this type of vehicle. Made it orange to represent the same color of the company's train engine. Yeah. It is nice and noticeable to make it nice and noticeable. Looks very good there, and done a fantastic job with it. This is one of the 3 vehicles that we add to the fleet, and this is the Dodge Challenger Hot Wheels casting. We also did a Dodge Charger All the World casting. I think that's All the World, or is it Green Light? Oh, Green Light. My bad. The Green Light Dodge Charger casting. Nicely done. And then we put the visor lights on both the Challenger and the Charger. Made everything as smooth and slick top as possible. Try to keep it low profile, even with the orange color. Low profile, and keep it within. And then we had the Chevy Camaro to it as well. Nicely done. The Chevy Camaro, we did at least put, it did have a light bar from the previous unit. We kept the light bar to it and detailed it and sported it up to make it to this unit, the B. And these are the fleet of the BNSF Railroad Police. Nicely done. We're starting to make more Railroad Police vehicles too, because these are commission requests, and that's why we're doing it. We'll also do their current design, which is a black and white, which will be a black and white cast, mostly black and white on their vehicles, similar to like the California Highway Patrol and other police as well. Next unit up is the Matchbox 2016 Police Interceptor Utility Casting, Matchbox casting of the Utah State Highway Patrol. Nicely done. Took away that tow hitch for a change, and then touched it up. Definitely touched up the front and the rear of the vehicle. Detailed the tail lights, detailed the headlights, and put on the decals. Decals by Bill Bozo decals. Nicely done, and just has a sleek look to it with the clear coat. We use a floor polish clear coat. That's all we do. Yeah, it's nothing out of the ordinary. Just a floor polish clear coat. Just make it work for you. The Utah Highway Patrol Matchbox casting of the Police Interceptor Utility. Next vehicle up is the Holden VF Commodore SSV, or the Chevy Impala they call it in the in the U.S. of the Columbia, South Carolina Police Department. Nicely done on this design. We customized it a little bit. We put a light bar, put a push bar, decals, and then put the Columbia Police Department decals on it. We do have Impala castings, but this is so good to put on this vehicle. Gives it a good police stance. Looks more like from my perspective, looks more like a BMW or a half BMW, half Police Interceptor sedan. How's that? That's what it looks like to me. And it has a good presentation to it. We just had to make it to a police vehicle. at least designed it to make it to a police vehicle, and see how it comes out. Some things you just have to put together all the way through, and see how it comes out. And that's what happens when you customize and you're not quite sure, and then you just gotta, let's go for it and see how it comes out. And it came out very, very, very well. The Holden Commodore police vehicle for the Columbia, South Carolina Police. This is a Matchbox casting. I believe this is Matchbox casting. Yeah, it is. It may be a Matchbox casting, no doubt about it. Next vehicle up. Yes, we did quite a few South Carolina castings because we had some commission requests, and plus we live in the state. Heck, we even live in the, we almost live next to the we almost live in the county, but we're right next door to it in Lexington County. But this is Richland County, South Carolina, Cat Mustangs. This is their new version of vehicles, replacing the Chevy Camaros that they had in their previous Cat Civil Air Team, Civilian Air Team. Yeah, excuse me, Civilian something team. Yeah, it's a specialty unit, and they use these specialty cars for their civilian action team, and they use these specialty cars to patrol in certain areas. And they'll use these as patrol vehicles, and they'll use them as actual patrol vehicles, and they'll use them as actual display vehicles in events. Yeah, just to show it off. And they do show it off. Good. It's a Ford Mustang, Matchbox Ford Mustang casting. Yeah, with their usual Richland County decals by Police Decals and Deals. Nicely done. Appreciate it. We had to do the shield part of it ourselves because it had a special design on it that we caught onto it and had to at least replicate and put that on there. But nicely done on the Cat Mustangs. Richland County Sheriff's Department Cat Mustangs. As you see the design on the badge thing, I'm not sure if you're going to get all that. We don't have the proper lighting to give you a close-up. Well, we can show you we made two. It was so nice, we had to make it twice. Had to make it twice. And it's nicely done in detail with the visor lights. Nicely done with the visor lights. Sweet. Look at that. You gotta get a good look at all that glorious car. That is nicely done. Still takes some time to breed precision with the hand painting of the headlights on these Mustangs. But nicely done. Woo! The Ford Mustang, Richland County Ford Mustang Cat Mustangs. I want to call them Cat Camaros because they look so good. But nicely done. Here's the vehicles they replaced while we were at it for Richland County Sheriff's Department. This is the vehicles they replaced. The Cat Camaros. This was their previous vehicle that they used for patrol, and now because they're not in part because the Camaros are no longer being produced, it made it easy for them to look for a replacement fleet of vehicles, and they have approximately 20 vehicles for their unit, for their department, for the Cat Camaros. For the civilian action patrols and stuff. Nicely done. This is the That's the Hot Wheels casting of the Camaro, Chevy Camaro SS. And here's the here's the one for the Camaro ZL1. Nicely done. Tremendous vehicle. Decals by Police Decals and Deals. But nicely done all the way around. So nice we made it twice. One more time. Let's hear it for the Cat Camaros. The previous fleet of vehicles by the Richland County Sheriff's Department. Hey, they're so nice. We're going to keep it and remind them. Hey, you had a good set of fleet before then too. Not to say that the Mustangs are good, yeah, but you had a pretty good fleet of vehicles before it. The Cat Camaros for Richland County Sheriff's Department, the ZL1s and the SS. Nicely done. And while we're at it, we might as well just get you going with a Dodge Charger. This is a vehicle we refurbished, also from the Richland County Sheriff's Department. It's a vehicle we refurbished a little bit and re-decaled, but not too, and re-decaled on some of the areas. Not all of it, but some of the areas. Gave it a good refurbish, a good cleaning, replaced some of the decals. Every vehicle we have, every Richland County vehicle we had in their fleet, we had to refurbish something or another, either the windows, the tires, the wheels, the decals. So had to go in order. Not sure exactly which one had what done to the other. Decals by Police Decals and Deals. Not too shabby. The Dodge Charger, Hot Wheels Dodge Charger casting of the Richland County Sheriff's Department. And one more for the Richland County Sheriff's Department while we're at it is the Police Interceptor sedan. They stopped production on these things a few years ago, not too bad. But still, give you an opportunity to, there's still a lot of those vehicles still floating around in the freeways, and you start to see the police still have them, but they're starting to phase them out. But until then, it looked good too. We refurbished this one too. It just needed refurbish. We still kept it the same department, but still kept it within the department. Decals by Police Decals and Deals. We refurbished it a little bit, cleaned it up, and brought it to you. Even though I don't know, we do look at refurbish as a custom, but I don't know if we even present it as a custom at times, since it's already been a part of our fleet at some point in time or another. But if we do a refresh and we happen to catch it like we did for the shoot, we'll definitely bring it to. We'll definitely want to bring it to you and pass that along. And show you what we've done. We could do refurbishing too. And it works out very, very well. This is the Matchbox casting of the Ford Police Interceptor sedan. Okay. Now next one up is the Chevy Camaro SS of the New Jersey State Police. It's in a stealth decal design. Nicely done. Decals by Aftermath Systems LLC. Nicely done on that. And it was this is a Hot Wheels Chevy Camaro SS casting. Nicely done. Did all the detail work on it. It already came as a police vehicle, and we refurbished it to make it to this vehicle. But nicely done. Nicely done. This is the Chevy Camaro SS of the New Jersey State Police. Yeah. Next vehicle up. Yeah. Next vehicle up is the 2018 Chevy Silverado 350. Chevy Silverado of the Caltrans Highway highway vehicle, Department of Transportation vehicle. Nicely done. It's a purchase vehicle, but we just added a light bar to it just for bits and giggles. Because it needs one. It needs one when you go out into the freeway. It really does need one. And understandably so. This is a green light casting of the vehicle, of the Chevy vehicle. Nicely done. And this is the Caltrans, which is their Department of Transportation vehicle. They use for roadside service to help out cars and assist them in the freeways. It's not part of the police unit or fire department unit, but it's out here and we had it, and it was new casting, and we just decided to show it to you because it could be an enforcement vehicle. If it don't need to, it doesn't really do that, do any of that. It may in our diorama, but yeah, not too much. The next vehicle up, and that was the Chevy. That was the Chevy green light casting of the Caltrans Department of Transportation vehicle. Next vehicle up is the South Dakota Highway Patrol, or South Dakota State Patrol of the Chevy on a Chevy Tahoe casting, Hot Wheels Chevy Tahoe casting. Nicely done and looking good. Try to put some of these vehicles back so I won't lose track. And I think I'm going to lose track, but nicely done. But this casting is nice. We decided to put it on there. Decals by Aftermath Systems LLC on a Chevy Tahoe casting. Not too bad if I say so myself. That looks good, real good. Nicely done. This is the 2007 Hot Wheels Chevy Tahoe casting of the South Dakota State Patrol. Nicely done. Next unit up, staying with state police units. This is the Wisconsin State Police, or the Wisconsin State Patrol Chevy Camaro. Nicely done. This is an Auto World casting, and it looks good. Kept it as a slick top police vehicle, and detailed the visor lights on the front and the back. Did a little details here and laid on the decals. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Decals by Police Decals and Deals. Nicely done, and it looks real good, especially after a coat of clear coat on it. That looks spectacular. So nice. I wish we did two of them. I wish we did it twice and did two of them. But not too bad either way. That's been a fun project to do. The Wisconsin State Patrol Auto World Chevy Camaro casting. Nicely done. Next unit up is the Baltimore Police Department. Police Interceptor Utility Casting. It was a Matchbox Utility Casting. Did a lot of. It was a previous Matchbox unit. We cleared it out, refurbished it, made it to this unit. Nicely done. All right, nicely done. Decals by Police Decals and Deals. Oh, excuse me. Aftermath Systems LLC. That's who did it. Police Decals and Deals has that decal too. I think every vendor that I know has that decal, at least. Well, when you work with a lot of vendors, you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to recognize. We do try to do our best to recognize them. They do a great job with these decals. We're able to put them on, and we're able to get the job done. Nice casting. Detailed the headlights in the front and the back, no doubt, and give it a touch of love to look like a police vehicle. And it's definitely looking that way. And this is a special design representing women's breast cancer awareness. So this is the Baltimore Police Department on a Matchbox Ford Interceptor utility vehicle, 2016. Because they made another tooling in 2023 models. Next unit up is the Auto World Dodge Charger of the Department of Juvenile Justice Police in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina. Yeah. We saw this design and we had to make it. And it just so happens Aftermath Systems LLC had that design. We went and got it and installed that. And we did some detail work, keeping it in the slick top, putting visor lights in the front and the back. Not too shabby at all. Not too shabby at all. Yeah, nicely done. That's the Department of Juvenile Justice Police Department in Columbia, South Carolina, on an Auto World Dodge Charger casting. Next unit up is the West Columbia Police Department in South Carolina, and this is their Chevy Tahoe. We've had these vehicles before, but we got commissioned. We got one commissioned and sent off, and we sold a couple of more. So we had to make a few more. And this is the unit that we've done like years ago, but when they had their new design on their new decal design. But we've always, when we make more, we try to showcase that, because you probably didn't see this vehicle in previous videos, and I couldn't tell you which one for you to chase down to watch on the vehicles that we did have in our fleet. This is one of them, and we've wanted to make several police vehicles in the greater Columbia area. This is one of them in the Chevy Tahoe green light casting, and we made one in a Dodge Charger Matchbox casting. They have Chevy Tahoes and Dodge Chargers in their fleet, and since the Dodge Chargers are not in production anymore, but we still like them, we're still going to make them in Dodge Charger formats. But we also going to make the Chevy Tahoes, which is their fleet of vehicles that they're using for the most part for their department. Nicely done. We put a light bar and the light bar and a push bar, and touched it up a little bit and added the decals. We created the decals for the West Columbia, South Carolina Police Department. So nice. We did it for these two vehicles, the Chevy Tahoe that we just saw, and the Dodge Charger. This is the Matchbox Dodge Charger, West Columbia Police Department. Next unit up is the Illinois State Police Chevy Tahoe green light Chevy Tahoe casting. Nicely done. And this, love the design. It's sleek and it fits very well. We got the decals from Police Decals and Deals, and they know how to fit it for certain vehicles, and all you do is just put it on, and it just lays and it installs just right, fits just right on this Chevy Tahoe green light casting. Nicely done all the way around, and it just looks stellar and stunning in every single way possible. Nicely done. Nicely done. So nice. Yeah, so nice we did it twice. And we'll wait on it as we turn. But nicely done. And then the back, nicely done as well. And they, nicely done. Let's get a good look at these glorious projects that we did in the month of March of the year 2025. Not too bad at all. And more than the 4 that we made in February. Yeah, Yeah, we told you we was gonna play catch up on that, and we had some models going on for you. I couldn't guarantee how many, but I could guarantee it was going to be more than 4. There you have it. All the builds in the month of March March of 2025. Hey, that's it. There you have it. My name's Keith. Thank you for watching W.K.R.H 12 Productions, and thank you for your support of the channel in every way, shape, form possible. There's more to come. I just don't know when, but we will have it before the between now and the year's out. But we'll have, and we'll try to give you more as we go along. We're just now trying to get used to the studio and the new studio setup, and the lighting setup and everything else that comes with it. But hey, thank you for sticking with us as we touch and go our way through this. Thank you for watching W.K.R.H 12 Productions. Once again, I'm Keith. We'll see you in the next one.